Hello everyone, my name is Danielle Swisher and I am the author of Murder on Hallows Eve and other short stories. Today, in honor of Halloween, I'm going to read to you another selection from my book called The Ghost of Margaret Nance, which is featured on page 133 in the paperback version of the book. Anyways, here it goes. Lucy Patton was starting her first semester at Winthrop University. Her parents had packed up all of her dorm supplies in the rental trailer they got at a moving supply store from their house in Charleston, South Carolina, and drove the 3 hours to Winthrop's location in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Once there, they checked into their room at the East Main Guest House, and the next day they drove onto the campus and began to set up her new dorm room. She was assigned to live in Margaret Nance, the oldest dorm on campus, built in 1898. Lucy was the first to move into her tiny dorm, located on the second floor, so she picked first bunk. Finally, her roommate Rebecca Longley arrived. While both of Lucy's parents and Rebecca's were unpacking their things, Lucy and Rebecca began to talk as they arranged items throughout the dorm. "It's nice to meet you, Rebecca. So where are you from?" "Tampa, and you?" "Charleston." "Wow, you came a long way. How long of a drive is that?" "It's a 12-hour drive." "Yikes! So how did you learn about Winthrop?" "On the internet," replied Lucy nonchalantly. "So what year are you?" "I'm a freshman. How about you?" "Oh, me too. So what are you studying?" "Music education, and you?" "Art history," replies Lucy. "Okay, now I remember you. I saw you during the College of Performing and Visual Arts meeting during orientation this summer." "Oh yeah, I do. You were sitting across the room. I remember seeing you, but unfortunately we didn't get to talk then." "Yeah, I know, but how ironic that we're now roommates." "Yeah, I know, so cool. So, once it's just us, do you want to go to Starbucks and grab a coffee?" "Yeah, certainly, I'd love to." So they went to Starbucks and talked until it was 7:45 p.m. But they wanted to return to Margaret Nance in time in order to participate in the freshman meet and greet as organized by their RA. When they arrived inside Margaret Nance and on their floor, they noticed that the hall was packed with young women, standing around or sitting on the ground talking to each other with plastic cups in their hands. In the hall kitchen and at a table located at the southwestern section of the hall were bright-colored garnet and gold plastic bowls that contained potato chips, tortilla chips, in addition to smaller bowls containing various dips and platters with cheese cubes, cookies, and cupcakes. Lucy and Rebecca went over to the tables to get plates to fill with the snacks, and they began to talk with some of the other freshmen there. "Hi, how are you? I'm Lucy, and this is my roommate Rebecca." As both ladies extended their hands, the other girls introduced themselves. "So nice to meet you. My name is Tina, and this is my roommate Gabby." "Nice to meet you. Likewise." Rebecca then asked them, "So what floor do you live on?" "We're on the 3rd floor, replies Gabby. "And you?" "On the 2nd floor, replies Rebecca. "In fact, we live in the dorm just around the corner near the staircase, on the right." Tina and Gabby looked around behind them, and see Gabby and Rebecca's dorm, as indicated by 2 autumn leaves made of construction paper by the RA with their names on it. Lucy's name was written using a permanent marker and an orange-colored paper construction leaf taped to the upper side of the door, while Rebecca's was written on a yellow paper construction leaf. "Oh, how nice! So what are you majoring in?" "I'm majoring in art history, while Rebecca will be majoring in music history. And y'all?" "How ironic! I'm a music education major as well." "Oh, really, Gabby? That's so cool. So what instrument do you play?" "I play trumpet, and you?" "I'm a vocalist, soprano to be exact." Tina just nods her head. "That's cool. I used to play piano years ago, but I stopped playing senior year of high school because I was too busy." Lucy then inquires, "So what are you majoring in, Tina?" "Early education." "Hey, we're going to go upstairs to watch a movie with one of our neighbors. Would you like to join us?" Lucy and Rebecca looked at each other for approval. Once Rebecca nudges her head to indicate her to go ahead and accept the invitation for them both. Yes, of course we will. Thank you so much. You're welcome, no problem. They followed Tina and Gabby upstairs to the 3rd floor. Once on the 3rd floor, Lucy and Rebecca followed Tina and Gabby to their neighbor's room, located on the mid-left side of the hall north of the main staircase. Tina knocked on the door, which was opened by a tall, red-haired lady wearing a Winthrop University t-shirt and matching sweatpants. "Hey, how are you? Please come in. Make yourselves at home." Once Tina and Gabby seated themselves on the floor, Lucy and Rebecca found a seat behind them, also on the floor. "So who are your friends, Tina?" "This is Lucy and Rebecca. We met them at the freshman meet and greet downstairs." "Oh, cool. Well, thanks for coming. My name is Agnes. This is my roommate Heather and her friend Jessica." Everyone turned around to wave to each other and say hello. "Would you like anything to drink? I have soda, water, juice." Everyone responded they wanted soda, except for Rebecca, who requested water. Agnes also heated up 3 bags of buttered popcorn in the microwave, placed them into large, blue-colored plastic bowls, and started passing them around, starting with Tina and Jessica, who was sitting on the top of the bunk bed next to Heather. "Tell me about yourself, Agnes," inquires Rebecca. "Well, I'm 21 years old and a rising junior, pursuing my Bachelor's of Science in Biology. Heather over there is a rising senior and studying chemistry, while Jessica is also a rising junior, but she's studying psychology." "So, tell us a little about yourself. Your name is Rebecca, right?" "Yeah, sure. Well, I'm a freshman originally from Tampa, Florida, and I will be majoring in music education. Lucy is my roommate, who is also a freshman, and she's majoring in art history." "Wow, very cool. Did Gabby tell you she was a music education major as well?" "Yes, she did." Agnes finally puts the DVD into the player in order to start the movie. An hour passed by until all of them heard a cacophony of shuffling and falling of sheets of plastic. Everyone turns around and notices that 5 posters have fallen down from the dorm's west wall. Agnes and Heather immediately get up and head over to the posters in order to pick them up and reapply them to the west wall. Lucy jumps up and offers to help. "Are you all right?" "I can help you if you like." "No, it's okay, Lucy. Thanks, we'll handle it. Go ahead and sit down. Enjoy the movie." "The ghost of Margaret Nance is at it again," Heather mentions nonchalantly. Lucy, Rebecca, Tina, and Gabby immediately turn around to look at Heather and Agnes. "The ghost of Margaret Nance? You mean to tell us there's a ghost in this dormitory building?" Heather, Agnes, and Jessica glare at Lucy, Rebecca, Tina, and Gabby like they're crazy. Jessica interjects sarcastically, "You don't know about the ghost of Margaret Nance?" Lucy, Rebecca, Tina, and Gabby all looked shocked and irritated, but just as Lucy was opening her mouth to respond, Agnes intervenes. "Jessica, give them a rest. They're only freshmen, and it's their first day on campus, so they most likely don't know. Yes, there is a ghost that haunts Margaret Nance. No one can agree on her name. Some say her name was Mary. Others say Sarah. But one thing that is known is that the ghost who haunts this building was at one time a student at Winthrop like us. She lived at the turn of the 20th century and hung herself in one of the rooms here on the 3rd floor. However, her spirit has never left. She is often the cause of petty tricks like pulling down posters, turning off television sets and computers, and making the lights fluctuate." Tina then asks, "Have you ever seen the ghost as an actual specter?" The room grows silent, except for the TV still playing the movie. "I saw her," replies Heather. Everyone turns to look at her. "Once, on a cold night in January 2012, during the spring semester of my junior year, I saw the ghost appear in my bedroom. She was floating in the left corner, with a bedsheet tied around her neck, her eyes and body limp, and her dark brown hair a mess. She was wearing an early 20th century uniform like all of Winthrop students used to wear at one time. The moment I stand, she lifts up her head, takes off the bed from around her neck, and glides towards me. I turned away from her and screamed. The next moment I look, she's gone." Silence filled the room. Lucy, Gabby, Tina, and Rebecca looked at each other with horror. Gabby then asked, "Why did she continue to haunt Margaret Nance?" "Some say she is still lamenting the loss of her lover, while others say she pines for the day when her parents will return to fetch her body and her things, while others think she realizes she hasn't passed," replies Agnes solemnly. Rebecca then asks, "What happened to her body after she died?" "No one knows. However, for certain it's not anywhere on campus, if you were thinking that's what happened," replies Jessica. "All of her things are still here, located in a locked room on Margaret Nance's fourth floor," interjects Heather. Lucy asks, "There's a fourth floor?" "Of course," replies Agnes. "Come, everyone, we're going to take a brief break from the movie and go on a field trip to the fourth floor." Agnes quickly turns off the movie and the television set and then grabs her keys. Heather opens the door and allows everyone to leave before she closes and locks it. Heather then joins their group, headed by Agnes towards the staircase located next to the communal bathrooms on the left east side of the hall. Sure enough, they walk up to a single white and brown staircase that led up to the mysterious fourth floor. The staircase eerily ends with a bleak white door with a bright copper-colored late 19th century style doorknob. Agnes actually touches the doorknob. She even goes as far as to attempt to open the door. It's locked for sure. Anyways, this is the room, everyone, where the ghost belongings are still in storage. No one could respond verbally, but they were able to stare coldly at the door. As each lady in the group went closer to the door, they felt a sudden chill in their spines, and a feeling of foreboding filled the space. The minute that Rebecca came up to touch and look at the doorknob began to shake and turn on its own, which caused all of them to scream and run back to the third floor. Once inside Agnes's and Heather's dorm room, everyone breathed a sigh of relief, except for Lucy and Rebecca. They both grabbed their purses and head towards the door. "Agnes, Heather, Tina, Jessica, and Gabby, it was nice meeting y'all. However, I think it's time for us to go. We'll hang out with you another time." "Yeah, sure, of course. Are you on Facebook?" "We're both on Facebook, and here's our cell phone numbers." After everyone exchanged cell phone numbers, Lucy and Rebecca leave to head back to their dorm room on the second floor. Later on that evening, Lucy decides to take a shower in the communal shower on the east end of the hall. As soon as she entered the bathroom, she heard incessant, painful sobbing. She looked around to see who it was, but she didn't find anybody. She was the only person in the bathroom. She looked in all the bathroom and shower stalls, and there was no one. But then she looked over to the right corner and saw a woman with a long, dark brown hair, wearing a blue skirt and a white blouse, circa 1900. Lucy began to get chills down her spine again. Her skin also tingled as she walked closer and closer to the figure. She asked her softly, "Excuse me, but can I help you? I'm sorry you're upset." The woman lifted up her face, her eyes looking deeply into Lucy's with a cold, apathetic gaze. Lucy began to feel cold all over her body, and a sense of foreboding filled her soul. It was as if all of the joy and human companionship in the world had disappeared. She noticed that the woman was very still and was pale. This isn't normal. She'd have responded to me, but instead she's just staring. Lucy did not want to admit to herself that she had confronted the ghost. After all, how could ghosts be real? However, this woman was not responding to her, as if she were a pre-programmed hologram. After staring at her a while, the ghost began to scream at Lucy. This caused Lucy to scream right back at her, which caused an atonal, intervallic, audible relationship. The end. Well, hope you've enjoyed this reading of The Ghost of Margaret Nance from Murder on Hallows Eve and Other Short Stories. And please stay tuned to my YouTube channel for other reading samples of my books, as well as my appearances and any of my upcoming projects. And remember that you can purchase this book on Amazon.com in paperback or Kindle version. Thank you so much and have a nice day. Goodbye and happy Halloween.